moderately strong and hard for a softwood, rating 4 on a scale of 1 to 4. This wood is worth mentioning because...
1 to 4.
Yes, I don't know what the scale even means. This is a scale of 1 to 4. This is a 4 in hardness. Yeah, get a 2x4 and some new lighting and bondage gear. Come down to Home Depot for all of your home improvement.
I hate to be that guy, but I think I'm gonna pass out.
It's past 4 a.m. for me, and I gotta get some sleep myself. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna end the stream pretty soon. So if you guys want to take off, you're entirely welcome to it. I mainly stuck around to make sure that Gerard, that you heard his song.
Oh, thank you. I apologize. I freaking. Nothing happened, but it felt like I wasn't gonna. Did you just dodge getting speared by people by leaving the room?
I sure did.
It's like, oh, I'm gonna pass on getting hit here.
That would have killed me instantly if it actually had hit me. So.
No, I was on one of those quests for sandwiches. Like, I went to the Subway I go to, it's Douchey 24/7, and their toaster oven was broken. And I was like, oh, but I want a hot sandwich because it's cold where I am. I'm like, alright, well, I guess I'll see what the nearest Subway that's 24 hours. And there was one that was like, a couple miles. I was like, sweet, I'll go to that one. I went down to that one, and the guy had just mopped the floor, and I couldn't go inside. And I was like, but I need my sandwich. And he's like, come back in 20 minutes. I'm like, dude, it's like 11:30, 12. Like, I just want my sandwich. And he's like, come back. And I'm like, fine. So I went down to the 7-Eleven. I got me a Snapple and came back. And I was like, can I come in yet? And he's like, no. And I'm like, oh, what the hell? I'm like, I just want a sandwich. And he's like, what do you want on it? And I sat there and I'm like, I want a Subway Club with lettuce, tomatoes, mayo, mustard, salt, pepper, oil, vinegar, and avocado. And he's like, okay, I'll be right back. And he goes and he makes my sandwich from across the way. He like would rather have me sit by the door and bring me. It was the weirdest Subway exchange I've ever had. He like made me sit by the freaking door while he got my sandwich and everything. It was so weird. So weird.
That is weird.
That was my Subway story.
That was really weird.
You know what's sad?
What?
What's that?
There are no 24-hour subways in Africa.
That is truly a cardinal crime.
That is unfortunate of the highest caliber. Almost as unfortunate as the properties of pine, which comes in several right. Segue.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful.
Africa to woodworking.
Sleep well, my friends.
You sleep well, Gerard.
Nice meeting you.
Talk to you. Nice meeting you guys.
Take it easy, Gerard.
Talk to you guys soon. Michael, thank you.
See you at PAX East.
Yeah,
we'll talk
definitely.
later. We'll talk later, Gerard. I sent you a request on Skype, so we'll touch base later on.
Bam, cool. Awesome.
So,
Good night, every chatman.
Every chatman.
The chatman.
See you, Gerard.
Good night.
Later, dude.
I'm sorry. I had to go for the troll, just like transitioning straight back into the wood talk.
You pulled it off well. I'm impressed.
Yeah, I did.
I could do very amazingly arbitrary segues. Another one of my skills I developed from years of just teaching in little labs and such. So,
what's your superpower? Transitions.
Transitions.
Intro of darkness, then redness, then whiteness.
Transitions, much like the power converters you would find on a typical...
Also, John, how much of you actually play this game is doing particularly well?
It's like, I was like, because actually I was watching videos recently about inductors and how you're used to step down different power levels in devices. It's actually really fascinating. My interests are way too varied and diverse.
That must be a terrible thing to have.
Well, it means I can't focus on any particular topic for far too long because I'm bored. I'm going to go on this topic for the time being. So it's like game design or psychology or typography or otherwise.
Somebody's like talking to you about the weather, and then you're just let's talk about existentialism.
Existentialism is overrated. I'd rather talk about the difference between Helvetica, Arial, and why, and what the utility of serif fonts are in a non-print world. But that's a whole different topic.
You know what?
I prefer to
I
talk.
tend.
I prefer talking about crazy shit that doesn't actually matter in the real world, but at the same time it's entertaining.
Uh-huh.
You know what I prefer to talk
Like, what if the
about?
color blue looks pink?
Woodworking.
Dan, you're an
I-
enabler. You know that,
I
right?
don't know.
I'm what?
You're an enabler. You know that, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, woodworking it's okay, but my main thing that I'm confused with is how I need to figure out what type of wood that this one company uses. This Onkyo, they use this special type of wood to make wooden cones for a speaker system. And for me, I gotta think: is it a softwood or a hardwood? Because
What
I'm
have I
probably gonna
done?
guess hard simply because that way the sound would vibrate better through it and wouldn't absorb it as bad.
I forget what company made it though. It's just like someone made their speaker cones out of wood. So I gotta find who made them.
You should check out Instructables.
No, not Instructables. These are ones that are actually, this company actually made, like, this traditional speaker company made some wood. Oh, wait, was it JVC?
JVC used to have ones with wood.
Yeah, they had wood cone speakers. Yeah,
That was a long time ago.
I like how you're using an audio demo on your site to demonstrate your wooden speakers with my non-wooden speakers. It's a great idea. Let's see here. Live with wood cones. Come on. What is the specifications? Here we go. I need to know. Gotta go fast or die hard.
Shit.
Bringing it full circle.
Bringing it all
Yes.
the way back.
Okay, it's made with cherrywood. So, cherrywood.
Pretty sure it's soft. I don't know about the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure it's soft.
I would cross-verify with a few sources here.
I know literally nothing about this topic.
Neither do I.
You know nothing about wood?
Cherrywood
It's
is
a wonderful
actually
topic.
Oh,
Cherrywood is actually a hardwood. So, sorry for.
Okay.
Well,
or
unfortunately,
you know.
Da-na-na-na.
unfortunately, you don't win our grand prize, but you do get a party gift of only a non-lethal shanking as opposed to a lethal one. So,
Oh, that's awfully nice of you.
yeah. So don't.
Can I do the shanking then?
Well, no. You're receiving the shankings. They're a gift to you. Don't worry, you'll recover in about 2 weeks. But that's what you get.
I think I prefer actually do the shanking. You see, I'm a pretty big guy and I know how to use a knife.
That's what they
No,
all
like literally,
say.
I know I've learned several styles of knife defense and knife usage.
I like
I've watched Bruce Lee movies for 8 years.
Not quite the
You're
same,
all
honestly.
fucked now.
Dude, that reminds me of this game system that I played called Feng Shui, which is like basically kung fu films in a pen paper role playing game.
Poco Joker, you are spending time on a stream with Proton John and his friends, because this is how they all go.
So, the one thing I was gonna say is that in this pen and paper game, I made a character, and this is in the 1980s. Who was a college student living in Hong Kong, in an apartment, and the only way he was able to kind of make ends meet is by basically hacking into his ex-Soviet landlord's computers and finding out illicit information about him and extorted him into paying for his apartment. And his only knowledge of kung fu comes from his China studies class, where he basically watched a bunch of kung fu films, and that's how he knew martial arts. It was a really stupid character idea, but it was a lot of fun to play. And I just want to see a character be made out of that for an actual kung fu movie, like this hacker who extorts people for money to make ends meet and somehow knows kung fu.
Wasn't that
because he watched
wasn't that technically the Matrix?
kind of, but like
Wasn't that one movie that where you like activate all your brain power?
but the thing about it is
Baby
that
geniuses.
Limitless? Although I like Dan's answer a lot better.
well, I was gonna say it'd be more like the Matrix if it didn't take itself seriously. It was more of a comedy, and not like sci-fi.
So Matrix 2, gotcha.
Ooh.
Wah, 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 wah.
Yep, that would be about right.
The Matrix 2 was pretty bad, but it was a lot worse with Matrix 3.
Yeah,
Like,
no, the third movie
Matrix
was
3 but Matrix 3 also made Matrix 2 that much worse.
See, I never watched The Matrix 3 because I was like, okay, that's it. You burned me on Matrix 2, I don't care anymore.
I made the mistake of watching them both in theaters.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, me too.
How did you watch both of them in theaters?
Because I was young and naive.
Ah, see, I was young and jaded. That's how it worked for me. Let's see here. Matrix screenplay.
Oh, God.
Matrix.
You know what would have made The Matrix better?
What?
If Neo was really good at
Bacon?
woodworking.
Let's see here.
Yeah, he kills people. He uses these nice wooden spears that he made to kill people.
Apparently,
Exactly.
this looks to be like a screenplay here. Yeah, looks to be a screenplay. I don't know if it's the original one, but it is a screenplay.
Also called The Matrix.
It's actually just a fanfic.
Well,
It's
Matrix
just a giant programming joke.
It's just a bind. No, you open up and all it is a bunch of filled with numbers.
Tyrus asks, what kind of wood would they use in the Matrix?
like
Virtual
Tyrus.
wood.
Well, it depends. What are you talking about? What type of wood are we talking about?
God damn it.
Soft
Well, that's what
or
he's asking.
hard?
Well, again, remember, if it's from a coniferous tree, chances are it is a softwood.
He wants coniferous.
Yeah.
Nobody seems to like
Evergreens.
the deciduous tonight, or whatever it is.
Well, I was gonna say, like,
I know
if
my
you want,
trees.
if you want a deciduous tree, go get yourself some birch because that's a nice hardwood right there.
I've got 99 poplars, but a birch ain't one.
Oh.
You-
God damn it, Dan.
Dan, you son of a bitch.
That was pretty clever.
Yeah, tree jokes.
No, it's wood jokes. Much more
Environmentally
professional.
funny.
Environmentally
No.
funny.
I don't know.
I don't think this humor is sustainable. So what? See, that's give you guys like bronze and you don't react at all to it. You just stop trying and read technical manuals.
This just shows how much.
I don't think
Just shows
blue
that-
would exist.
IBM 5150
Oh God, here we go.
operating manual.
God no. This just shows what the internet has come to because all the comments right now are about wood. Just
I don't know if PETA cares about snakes, Ascorian.
they would if
Fuck.
I don't know. Probably
Don't they only care about things with fur on it, basically?
Pretty much.
that's how most environmentalists work. Simply because the furry ones are the ones that people actually care about. Because they're the ones that get most attention. They're the ones that look cute and such. Even though most of the furry ones aren't even that endangered.
All right, let's see here. I think I might have the user's manual. Yes, I have the reference manual for the IBM monochrome display. The
Why?
5151. Why? I don't
Yeah.
know. I just found it.
I'm a manual collector.
That doesn't answer the question of why you have it.
Why? Because I typed it in the web browser and found it on a web page.
He just felt like looking it up. Doesn't that happen to you? Don't you ever feel like looking up IBM manuals?
Look, I needed to know a couple key things, like the fact that the IBM monochrome display connects to the system unit using 2 cables instead of 1.
Holy shit!
Yes, one is a power cable and the other one is a display adapter. And it has a 90% deflection cathode ray tube, with the screen being a high persistence green phosphor, the P39 variety. It is amazing. It's also why it has heavy burn-in.
Beautiful.
I believe
4 hertz.
that means you have a problem.
Actually, the bandwidth is 16.257 megahertz at -3 decibels.
Ooh,
That's the video signal.
wow, that sounds like a number.
The screen refreshes at a 50 hertz rate with 350 lines of vertical resolution and 720 lines of horizontal resolution.
Whoa.
Whoa, indeed. And lastly, the
Tyrus,
Go ahead.
keep going, keep talking in the very nice voice about wood.
No, this
and
is not about
electronics and plugging it in and such.
My
Did-
wood has the refresh rate.
My
Okay,
wood has a
anyway,
refresh
I
rate
was
of
supposed to talk-
18.432 kilohertz. What? What does that even mean?
What do you say, sorry?
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Are you getting past the screen, by the way?
I don't fucking know. This is like the only part of the game that I find it.
Can you do running jump?
No. The problem is I can't grab. Like the grab mechanics in this game are horrible.
Oh right, you have to do a standing jump to grab.
No, you can do a running jump. It's just sometimes it doesn't catch.
Yeah, like that or something. Yeah. Anyway, Tyrus, to answer your question, main of the discussion is that if pandas actually do go extinct, nothing will actually change. It's not like they actually affect the environment they're in. Like maybe some more eucalyptus will grow, but that's not going to actually change anything. So they're talking about, is it really necessary to save the panda and spend all this money comparative to other species who actually affect and keep the environment healthy?
Yeah.
Well, the main issue that they were talking about with pandas was how they are starting to believe all these, like they're doing all this research on the properties of the blood of the pandas and how they can be healing, and you know they're like siphoning the blood of the pandas basically. And so the belief is that if we don't have the pandas, some of what could actually be beneficial about the pandas we won't even be able to research.
The other thing
Yeah,
is
there's also talk about that too, but
there's some other endangered species that have a much more problematic sort of situation than the pandas, most notably cheetahs, because cheetahs have very little DNA variation in their blood, which means that there's a high risk of the entire species being wiped out if one particular disease were to break out in their populations. So they're almost like an inbred species in their own existence.
That's scary.
Yeah, they're getting really close. We're getting really close to being inbred, which would pretty much just deadly. It's just an accident waiting to happen because you can just die immediately. The most endangered thing that I actually think that blue whales are actually genetically extinct. They think they're gonna die out because there's enough gene expression
Yeah,
or gene variation.
Let's see here.
No, it can't change its spots.
Nope.
Just yeah, sorry to burst your bubble, but can't do that. Oh. You mean like each cheetah, like the spots of each cheetah are different, or do you mean like a cheetah can just over its lifetime spots have its spots change? I'm confused. What you're saying by genetically speaking.
Cheetahs are a threatened species. Low genetic diversity and resulting poor sperm quality has made breeding survivorship difficult for cheetahs. Moreover, only 5% of cheetahs survive to adulthood. However, it has been recently discovered that female cheetahs can, with more than one male per litter of cubs, they undergo induced ovulation, yada yada yada. So basically, they have ways of dealing with low genetic diversity by not necessarily artificially, by having alternate ways of increasing diversity that would be non-conventional, but still, only 5% of cheetahs reach adulthood, which is a shame. They're freaking awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Weird ass cat.
Tyrus, I don't appreciate your usage of literary devices.
In other news, John has beat up a gorilla with a boomerang.
Where did this girl come from?
I saved her.
Yes.
No, she was the girl's name King Kong. She was the girl's name
Yes.
King Kong.
Oh, holy crap! Look now look at your character's stance. Look at him.
I'd stop, but I'm being chased by a cheetah, so.
What?
Yeah, and
don't worry. All you need to do is expose it to some mild disease, and it'll just fall over and die.
Just outrun it for the next 4 years and it'll be extinct.
Doesn't it look like he's running as derpily as he is right now?
Yeah, because he's brave now.
He's become more brave, which means that he's not as much of a coward.
Wait, I have a question.
Yes?
If all the cheetahs become extinct,
Uh-huh.
what will Cheetos do?
Well, cheetahs...
Cartoon animals can still exist.
Exactly.
Chester Cheetah will become the last remaining cheetah.
Will they just start taking a survivalist tone with their food?
Yes. Basically, the idea is if you eat the rest of the Cheetos, he becomes extinct, so he basically becomes a crazed man trying to stop the kids from eating Cheetos.
I am Cheetah.
But you can't stop the Cheetos. You can't stop the kids from eating their Cheetos. And you also can't stop the Cheetah Man.
On the other hand, Wolfsifin, the slight difference there is that dodos went extinct a long time ago, as cheetahs might go extinct during our lifetime.
Here's a more important question for you all. Has anyone seen the Cheetahman commercial?
Oh god, there's a commercial for that?
Like the actual commercial or what?
Oh man, it is beautiful. It is the stupidest thing ever, but it exists.
And I don't actually own a copy of Cheetahman 2: The Lost Levels, which is pretty much Cheetahman 2 but fixed with the glitch.
Level ape.
Yeah, no, I screwed up. Shit. You actually can't beat it unless you have the boomerang. I don't know why I'm still playing Less of the Unlikely. Let's put on something else. Or did you guys want to call it? Because it's 2:30.
You should end with playing this commercial on the stream, and then we'll call it a night.
All right, Link. I gotta see this commercial first too.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't care.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Yep.
Play something interesting.
What less than likely wasn't interesting? Where we talked about wood for like 20 minutes.
I enjoyed all of those things.
Yeah.
Should play Dairy Queen Tycoon.
I sadly do not have a copy of Dairy Queen Tycoon.
I can get you one, I'm sure.
I say, dear chaps, shouldn't you go on a diet?
Are you talking to me? Maybe if these guys would make these holes bigger, I could fit easy, know what I'm saying?
Hey, man, I'll help you out.
No worries, no.
No worries, no.
Guys, we have work to do. We come from the Action 52 game world where every game is...
Yeah, we're talking action and lots of it. We got space, dragon, adventure, even war games.
Yeah, dude, we even got rescue games, and man, they're smooth like ice.
Hey, what about you guys?
Oh, yeah, we're in there too. The Cheetah Man.
Yes, but that's another story. If you want the ultimate game challenge, you have to get Action 52.
Yeah, it's so cool. 52 games in one, and you can even play it on Nintendo. Man, it's awesome. Get yours now.
Now playing at a store near you.
You can even get it for your Nintendo.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I'd be okay never seeing that again in my life. That was scary.
Oh, jeez.
That was stupid.
I watched it without sound, so...
Oh, jeez, it's so much better with sound.
And then
It's unique with
look at the
sound.
related videos. Look at the first. Look at the big one for the featured video.
Anyways, you all have a good night, or morning, or weekend.
I think it's morning for everyone at this point.
Yes,
Yeah, but
indeed.
it's already 4.
I'm going to feign sleep for a few hours and then move on with my life.
Okay.
Learn some more about woodworking.
Yes. What?
I sent your friend a quest sketch.
Yes, I see that. I will ignore it. Oh, darn, I pressed accept.
Aw, damn it.
Make
How
that
could
mistake
you?
all the time.
It's a severe problem.
Yeah. Slip of the finger.
All right, thanks to everyone who tuned in again for all the ridiculous streaming tonight.
And I guess the only thing left to say is, go die hard.
We gotta die as hard as we can.
Right.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Did you see the new Die Hard?
No, not yet.
I have.
I heard it's terrible.
I know. That's what makes me sad.
Huh.
I almost
Too much.
I don't have the heart to see it because I don't want to see Die Hard bad, but I feel like I have to see it at the same time.
Like it's your
It's my civic duty as a
Yeah,
Calgarian and a human being.
I think it's more so the second.
Yeah. All right. Night, everybody.